I don't really remember where the person who gave us the... Oh, hello, person. So, I want to talk to this person later, because I think that person will help us, that person will help us upgrade our bike, and I do want to upgrade our bike. What I want to do now is find the person who told us to become Batman. And we have become Batman. I want to stand in the light, just so we can see our amazing Batman mask. I suppose I shouldn't really call it a Batman mask. I mean, conceptually we are Batman. And that is the conceptual Batman mask. Couldn't catch the XCOM stream yesterday. How did it go? It could have been better. I mean, the stream went well. The game went. There were ups and downs. More or less, the missions were a success. However, there were certain side objectives that were not met. So I learned something about UFOs who do bombing runs, and my understanding was always that even if you weren't able to destroy the UFO, if you were to damage it enough to half damage, it would cancel its mission. It would not be able to complete its mission if you did at least half damage to it. This is not true. Not at least with bombing missions. So there was a successful bombing run over Japan, and the panic was sent through the roof, and as a result, we lost Japan. Japan is now under alien control. And we realized that the only way to get it back under our control before the end of the month would be to capture an outsider shard. To capture an outsider. We attempted to do that, and we were unsuccessful. I did not add her. We were... I think it was Duke Hippo was a little over-enthusiastic with his explosives when we were trying to wound an outsider enough so that we could capture it, and he wound up exploding it to bits. Anyway, this fellow here was the original Batman. I think the actual name is the Shade of Ecria. So he's secretly told us that he was the original Shade of Ecria, and so he has told us where to find the mask of the Shade of Ecria so that we could take on the role. And now we have returned to him to tell him we have completed our objective. It's been a long time since I saw that old thing. When you wear the mask of the Shade, there is no greater ally than darkness and dread. I am the darkness. Oh, you think the darkness is your ally? Wait until nightfall, then proceed to the guard station. Be as quiet as you can and evade their eyes. They don't have this mask, so evading my eyes is a lot more difficult. I have many eyes. It's quite angelic. Be as quiet as you can and evade their eyes until the moment you must strike. Then, when the time is right, he his last bit dripping with venom. Show them the Shade. Shiver. What does that mean? Are you ready to do this, Glider? I'm ready. Ooh. He's laughing at him. You're in jail. I'm not. You suck. Uh-oh. What? Wait. Wait. The guards can hover. Ooh. You know, I was thinking, what is going on here? Why is this guy hovering? This guard looks a bit bugged. Maybe? Is he bugged, or... Oh no, it's one of these. No, this one's interesting. Doubtful. But I don't know. Tell me anyway. Listening to you is marginally better than the wind. Let's keep listening. Thank you. I was thinking about how I've seen plenty of Nemor plants, but Never really thought about what plants, what's inside them. You know, what's inside a Nemor plant? It's glowing. Yes, obviously. I know it's glowing, but why? What causes the light? I don't know, man. Glowing stuff? Why do you think about these things? What's the point? I don't know. What do you think about it? Normal things? Boring things, more like. The guards lapse into silence. Time to make myself known. Ah! Oh my god. No, no, it's the shade! Run! Go, go, go! Wow, we are scary. What's going on here? Why is there a giant me behind me? That was hilarious. I'm buzzing with nervous excitement, and maybe a touch of power, but I tell myself it's only to ensure that I give back the mask and continue my gliding. This is not my time to take up the mantle of vigilante. You are wrong. You are wrong about you have found yourself. You understand yourself a whole lot better now. This whole scene is just so absurd. It's a wonderful scene. I approach the boy, who seems no worse for wear, and possibly even entertained by the guard's reaction. He waves. When I speak, I maintain the illusion. My voice is not quite so searing as the shades must have been, but it is a worthy effect. Loudly I call him Son of Maz, and declare that he is free, to go and return to his father. What? Who are you? I tell him that I am the Shade of Ecria, and do a pose that might help him along. No, Maz is the Shade of Ecria, and he isn't my father. My father's dead. My heart stops. But Maz takes care of me. He takes care of all of us. My heart resumes beating. Did he send you? The Shade sends himself. And did he really say I was his son? I nod. The boy laughs a little, with something like relief. He says that to us, calls us sons and daughters, but didn't know if he really meant it. Thank you. I'll get back to him now. Without a word, another word, he is off. I want to keep this mask. It's amazing. Alright, well, let's look around a bit. Our symbol, to let people know that we have struck. I was hoping there would be like a moon in the sky and we could like pose in front of the moon. Like the Warrior of Darkness. Would. But the Warrior of Darkness, the Shade of Ecria would totally do something like that. Hello. This is a disaster. No power means no filtered water. The oasis water isn't clean enough for it to drink. Hey, dude from 80s. Hey, McGillick, how you doing? Where is XCOM? XCOM is in another realm, another timeline, another universe even. We will return to XCOM. XCOM's for later. Now we Sable. Now we play Sable. Alright. Maz's posture has softened when I see him again. Like the weight's gone. He is happy. I ask if the boy return to him, and he nods. Thank you. He is safe with his brothers and sisters. I ask him how many there are. Nearly a dozen, orphans all, and the kindest young people you'll ever meet. Being the Shade, I saw much of the city's true face, and I suppose I found an even more important role to play. I would have taken up the mask again myself, but if I was discovered, then what would happen to them, you know? I tell him I understand, and that I think Maz is far more helpful than the Shade. He shrugs. Perhaps, but why don't you keep the mask? There might be use for the Shade yet. Farewell, Glider. I will happily keep this mask. This is the best mask in the game. Hey, you. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, let's solve this power situation. How are we gonna do that? We gotta go find the power station. Where is the power station? I think the power station is here. I think that's where that is. Let's go over there. So we don't need that. We don't need that. Our bike is underwater. That's cool. See, that's the power station. You can tell it's a power station because it has that pulsing glow antenna on the top. Classic hallmark of a power station. Unfortunately, it's broken. And we will... Wait, our... That's not the first part of our quest. Heartbreak in the City. Deliver the new power crow to Hamza, the machinist of Ekria. Let's do that first. Yeah, let's find the machinist of Ekria. The door is closed. How will we get in? Well, we will swim through the muck until we find a way in. Oh, we found a chum. Hello, chum. Living in the sewers. That's okay. We will extract you from these grim dwellings. We need 6 more. There's the moon. Oh, the moon is setting. Oh no. Missed the moon. Aw. I don't know who these people are. They clearly love each other very much. And I wish them all the best. Are you the machinist? Hold on. No, you're not the machinist. I will talk to you anyway. This is Rita, the owner of the Overhang Cafe. Hello. I have questions about the power cut. I don't think I'll be much help in your investigation. Any idea why someone might have taken the core? Where were you in that? Whatever the reason, it's been terrible for business. I could ask more questions. Same place I am every day, here in the cafe. I could ask more questions. But I was shown it. Oh, who do you think did it? There's people coming and going every day in this town. Could be anyone. True! Ask more questions. Okay, I'm done here. Are you the machinist? You are the machinist. Hello, machinist. Hamza is the machinist of Ekria. He's busy tidying up the workshop. It looks like someone has ransacked his place. What can I do for you, Glider? What happened here? Hamza explains that this happened a few nights ago. He's got no idea who did it. Could this be related to the power going out? He seems more resigned than concerned about having his workshop ransacked, and indicates that he doesn't know who or why someone would do such a thing. I'm not sure I am convinced by his ignorance, but I let it go. Anything else I can help you with? I have some questions about the power cut. Any idea why might someone take the power core? He crosses his arms and looks down, thinking on it. Power is the lifeblood of everything we do as machinists, and our work exists to uplift the past and secure the future. Power supports machines, and machines are bound to the people. I nod, listening. If you want to take power from the people, then you wish to make people powerless. He looks sad at this. So I think you'll be looking for someone who cares little for the common person. What do I want to ask? I was in the workshop, sleeping. Get most of my sleep there lately, if I'm being honest. He shrugs. That being the case, though, I didn't notice anything was wrong. Yes or not? Because I'm a machinist, is why. And not one of us, no matter how different we may seem, would ever be caught dead without a backup generator. So I had a few hours good rest before I caught wise. I nod, accepting his answer. What do I want to ask? I want to ask, who do you think did it? If I had to say, he touches his hand to his chin. Iria, the merchant. I tell him I'm listening, and he shuffles his feet. Getting closer to me, his voice lowers to a lumber. Iria and her ilk run this town. The markets are the locus of control, and they've got their claws in the food stocks. Now imagine, if you will, what happens when the power goes down. All of a sudden, folks are stockpiling food, and Iria and her lot are hiking up the prices. And there's not a damn thing any of the rest of us can do about it. You should look into Iria. You'll find her weaving her web of corruption from above the beetle market across the bridge. You'll have to persuade her guard to let her pass them. I add Iria to the merchant on my list of suspects. What do I want to ask? I have a delivery for you. Hamza smirks, but his expression is warm. They've got you running errands, huh? People love to give me errands. Yes, that'll happen to gliders. Suppose folks see them as having that sort of directionless liberty that means you aren't interrupting anything if you ask that they fetch something for you. True! I'll drop this thing off with Sandeep when it's good and ready. Anything else I can help you with? Customize my bike, please. Let's have a look-see. I want to replace... Yes. Alright, so my... The cartographer bike is just straight up worse than the regular gliding engine. But it's interesting to look at. We'll keep going. Can we just get a jet engine on this thing? I mean, these kind of are jet engines, I think, but... it's fine. Let's put the glider wings back on. And yeah, let's put that back on. There we go. And you. Excellent. Now my bike looks good. Looks good. Don't you think it looks good? All right. Goodbye. I say goodbye to Hamza. I should probably check back in with Sandeep to see if the new power plants are ready. Ah, my engine, my glider is back. We'll leave it there for now. Where are we at? That's where Hamza is. That's where the power cord. I'd like to, yeah, let's go back to, we could go and talk to Iria some more. I think we've spoken to Iria before. I like your helmet. Gary grunts hello. Any idea what Gary smells? It's not the worst or most pungent smell. Or not rot or bile or anything so pointed awful. No, Gary's smell is like old dust, tinged with stale oil and ground into the fabric of old garments buried under fingernails. It clings to him, and I turn away just as little as he answers me. Heard about a big sale going down in the Sarai recently. Not sure what, but it caused a stir, let's say. Whatever it is, it's long gone by now. He shrugs, and so I press him a little further, asking if he had any idea who the seller was. As far as I heard, it was some machinist with a mushroom habit. Not sure how true that is, but let's say it's come up a few times. Could this machinist be Hamza? I add him to my list of suspects. I could ask more questions. Cafe. Cross my arms mostly out of impatience, but it seems to work on Garay somehow. Alright. I got a little scrap. Is that what you want to hear? Nothing to do with anything, and probably not your business, but sure. Had a fight. Power went out. Broke it up. Get my arms crossed. End of story. I got nothing else. I could ask more questions. He stares at me for a few seconds, and I mistake it for consideration before I realize he's looking at me like I'm stupid. I don't name names, and even if I did, beats me who did this. But more power to him, I say. There's a pause, and then he laughs loudly. You get it? More power to him? Oh! I get it. I tell him I get it. He chuckles and waves me off. I could ask more questions. I don't think we have any other questions to ask. Are you Iria? No, you're Merchant Josh. I don't need anything. Bike merchant, Havid. I don't need anything just now. An ancient race, building a queendom, the gliding, historical reconnect, treasure scraps, heartbreak in the city. Ask around and for more information about the power. Doing both those things. I know where I am. Let's go back to the gate. I like the pattern on the floor. Sandeep rocks from the balls of his feet to the heels and back, pleased. Good news. Hamza's finished his work on the spare power core. I could use your help with it if you've got a moment. I can help. Perfect. I'd like you to take the new core to the atomic heart and plug it in, and while you're there, see if you can't pick up any clues about who may have stolen the original, yes? Clues? What sort of clues? What sort of clues? Well, you know, something out of place. Ask how he does it. As a guard. You like tapestry, yes? I nod. Have you ever looked at a big, beautiful, ornate tapestry and been so impressed with its craftsmanship, and then suddenly found your eyes drawn to a tiny little snag? Just one thing out of place? Clues like that. Hamza left a key card for you. You'll need it to unlock the front door. The central chamber is protected by a security code, but I'm sure you'll find your way in. The thief managed somehow. To get to the atomic heart, head over to the substation just outside town and follow the power cable that runs through and under the sands. See you soon, hopefully with news. I say goodbye to Sandeep. This person on the box say anything? Everyone, please remain calm. Got it. Can do. Where is the power core? I think it's power station is there. Yes, it is where I thought it was. It's really just this building, isn't it? I gotta find a way into this building. Alright. Hello, Steven. Here we go. So we're gonna follow this big tube and see where it takes me. Why are you twisting like that? What's going on? Why do you twist like that? I don't understand. What's up with you? Are you broken? I'm a little bit confused. Seaman doesn't usually handle like this. I'm doing a barrel roll. Oh, this goes on and on. Okay. Can't ride on top of it. Yeah, the constant twisting to side is new and bad. Huh. This goes on for a while. Excuse me. Can't get over this mask. It's amazing. Wonder how far I have to go. This is really aggravating. So is this the power suit? Oh, the atomic heart. Okay. I think this is where I want to be. The slot for a keycard in the terminal. Perhaps this would unlock the door. Insert keycard. Well, I'll take that. Need 4 more. Hello. Got die. Okay. Scrap metal, scrap metal. Another chum. Mina. We did an amazing We once we found the mask, we went and liberated the captive child, and it was kind of an amazing scene. It got a little surreal and weird, and I don't have a lot of explanation for why it happened the way it did. Like, we really did suddenly become like a demon. I don't know. The mask does more than just go on your face. It's hard for me to say more. You might have to go back to the beginning of the VOD just to see for yourself. But it was cool. Mina, you love being a demon. Absolutely. I've always said that about you. That Mina, she loves being a demon. And then we completed that quest, and we got to keep the mask, and we are still wearing it, because we love being a demon. Yeah, it's, that looks like a way in over there. Okay, so that's our easy way in and out. Yeah, let's enter the heart of the power core. I'm sure it's fine and safe, and not radioactive at all. Sparks shoot from the wires around the socket, but the damage to the empty socket itself is not existent, as far as I can tell. The culprit took good care of removing the core. It makes sense. If I were to steal something so valuable, I would be delicate too. But why the torn cables? It's almost staged to me. Well, good for us. We did the thing. There's a clump of feathers on the floor. Strange. I try to picture the bird large and powerful enough to carry with away the power core, and decide that it is one suspect I can absolutely rule out, though I would very much like to see it. Let me read that again. A clump of feathers. Try to picture of the bird large and powerful enough to carry away the power core, and decide that it is one suspect I can absolutely rule out, though I would very much like to see it. Why would you rule it out if it's large enough to do the thing? Now this is a clue. A scrap of paper lies discarded on the floor. When I take it up, I see that it's a promissory note. Somebody, perhaps the culprit, owes money to the merchants. It's possible the culprit dropped it, but who could be so careless at the scene of the crime? I wonder if it's a plant left to throw me off the scene. We are a very good detective. Yeah. How do you guys not gain weight during Christmas? We don't eat. That's the key to not gaining weight. Is just don't eat. People offer you food? Say, no. I don't want food. Stretchy pants. Plain as day, one can see that the high window has been smashed, and it's wide enough for any grown person to make their way inside, though they need to be quite athletic. Most of the glass is on the outside of the chamber. It may have been smashed from the inside. It's their escape. Interesting. Let me continue. Yeah, it seems like Mina's advice to not gaining weight over the Christmas is, don't think about it. Don't question it. It doesn't happen. No one has ever gained weight ever. That's not where I want to go. That's where I came from. Are there any other clues? I love wearing pajamas for days. I'm wearing pajamas right now. You know, there's a snowstorm going on outside, and I think this is the perfect day for video games. It's just, there's no better day for video games than today, during a snowstorm. I hope the power stays on. That would ruin the... If the power goes out, it would be no longer the perfect day for video games. Or maybe it would be even more perfect for video games. It would just be unable for video games. It's just temporary skin. It's stretching. Nothing to worry about. That's right. I'm going to have to shovel more a little bit. But, exercise. That's right. That's how you stay thin over the... that's how you not gain weight. Just shovel the snow. Even if... You can just pretend to shovel the snow. Shovel dirt if you don't have snow. Okay. I'm going in bad directions. Here we go. That rock formation is a very easy sign of the place where I want to go. Also, there's a thing over there. There's a campfire over here. That's suspicious. Let's go see the campfire. Maybe they're the culprit. Gotta dig those trenches. Why has this thing suddenly become very hard to control? I don't like it. They've got a lot of bells. The theme of this place is Ding Dang Dong. Oh, it's a whole camp. Hello? Postbox logging in. I have another O message. Oh, Sable. Unread messages? Oh. We've got another O message. Have a good day. From a distance, it looked like you had something to say. Merchant Tabat Glider. I wish I was still on my gliding. Being a grown-up is terrible. I agree. Tell me about this camp. We're just nomads passing through. The 5 bells is for those of us trying to avoid the hustle and bustle of Ep3 over there. Just too many people, too much going on. I prefer to keep company with the crickets. See ya. Alright. King Man. Good to see you. How you doing? Welcome in. I would like to trade with you. Alright, here's my stuff. Ooh. Sand Surfer top? These are pretty cheap. Don't have a lot of money, but we could try these things. I like them. Got to get all the outfits. You look for philosophy, and oh, okay. Yeah, we talk about philosophy sometimes. Got something on your mind? Do you have any more philosophical inquiries you'd like to discuss? What are your interests in philosophy? What causes you to search for philosophy channels? What is my philosophy? I don't I don't really like that question, because it's, to me, when if you're asking, a philosophy isn't a thing. It's a process. It's a thing you do. Asking someone their philosophy is like, what's your science? What's your biology? It's just a weird question. I don't really understand it. I think colloquially, when we ask what your philosophy is, what we're really asking is, what are your beliefs? What are your values? What do you think of this particular thing? But I mean, we can discuss the philosophy of something. We could do philosophy. Yeah, I don't know. My philosophy is climb to high places, ring bells. I don't know. Found chum egg. Let me rephrase. If you could describe your worldview in a sentence, what... my worldview in a sentence. I don't know. Try to find peace in what you do. Be kind to others. I don't know. It's do the best you can. Leave things better than when you found them. So here's a thought. I was thinking about something the other day about why do the right thing? Why be moral? Why should we do good things instead of bad things? Especially if, like, what if doing bad things is more convenient for you? What if doing bad things is better for you? Why should we do good things? What is the reason why we should do good things instead of bad things? And I feel like there's 3 answers to that question, and depending on which answer you decide to go with, kind of is you could sort of rate them on scales of sort of assholishness. How much of an asshole you are. It might depend on how you might answer the question of why do the right thing. And so at the highest point of the scale, the one that would make you the most amount of asshole is you do the right thing because of the consequences for not doing the right thing. If that's your reason for doing the right thing, then that's going to make you the most amount of an asshole, because that means the only thing keeping you from doing right things are, other people's enforcement of that. So, like, if the only reason why you don't steal something that you want, is because there would be consequences for doing it, then take away those consequences and you just become a thief. So that's at the height of the reason why you should do the right thing, is because there's consequences. At the middle scale of why do the right thing, and at the middle level of what makes you an asshole, is if you do the right thing because you think that's what good people do. Now that might sound confusing to you. Why would that make you an asshole if you're doing the right thing because you're trying to do what good people do? But it's kind of makes doing the right thing as sort of a very subjective and in the moment thing, and it also allows for a lot of rationalizations. So you can, you might find yourself in a situation of, you are you're doing something, and then someone might call into question the morality of what you're doing, and you're saying, well, no, it's fine because I'm allowed to do this because good people are allowed to do this. It just allows for a lot of rationalizations. There was a really interesting paper about sort of it was a psychology paper, not philosophy, but it was sort of talking about moral exemplars and the resentment people feel toward them. And as their case study example, I'm just flying around randomly, by the way. I don't know where I'm going while I'm talking. As a case study for this, they were talking about the resentment towards vegetarians and vegans. And so when people, you might be in a situation, you might be at a party, and you might say, hey, would you like some of this meat dinner that I made? It's really delicious. And they say, no thanks, I'm a vegetarian. And this study points out that this is a source of a lot of sort of resentment towards people who take on moral positions that maybe other people wouldn't. And yeah, we see this in a lot of situations. There was I remember there was a documentary a while ago it was called No Impact Man, and it was this guy and his family who decided, just for their own personal reasons, that they wanted to live completely off the grid while living in a small apartment in New York. In the middle of New York, in the middle of the city, they shut off their power and made a commitment to not use any electricity that they didn't get from solar power. They had like solar power generators so they could like power up batteries for their laptops and whatever. And then they would buy all locally produced produce, and they would use their bikes to get everywhere they go. And so, it's sort of this social experiment that they were doing on themselves to see if they could live completely off the grid for a certain amount of time while living in a New York apartment. And he was also vlogging all of his experiences doing this. And then in an interview about this, he was talking about all of the hate mail he would get. People telling him how awful a person he is, just because, and the hate mail was coming from other environmentalists and other people who you'd think should be on his side, but they were causing a lot of resentment. And that's the sort of thing. I went off on a wild tangent there, but back to what I was saying. If your justification for doing the right thing is really just some ephemeral notion of what you think a good people should do, then you're likely to become very judgmental of people who take higher moral positions that are different than yours, especially if that comes with certain self-imposed ideas and preconceptions of your own sort of moral positions. It's interesting. Okay, so what is the best reason to do the right thing? What is the one that makes you the least amount of an asshole? It's not because there's consequences, and it's not because it's what you think a good person should do. The best reason to do the right thing is because it makes the world a better place. And if you judge all of your actions and behaviors by what you think improves the world, makes the world better around you, then you're not situating yourself in the center of this idea of what being good is, or what a good person is. You've taken yourself out of the equation, and you've based it entirely on your environment, other people around you, the world around you, and that's what you're focused on improving when you're deciding what are good actions, what are good behaviors. And it's a very consequentialist perspective, but ultimately I think it leads to much better outcomes in terms of what your what your behaviors are likely to lead to and how they're going to affect other people. Anyway, there's my philosophy spiel for you. You can drop a quarter in my PayPal or whatever, and you're welcome. Right now, could you repeat that, please? What am I repeating? I was like, you're experiencing some existential dread, and I'm looking for some relief. King man, I'm certainly curious about what kind of existential dread that you're having, but I am hesitant to say that I am in any kind of position to give you any kind of solace or relief about it, but I don't know. Go ahead if you're comfortable with talking about it. I'll listen and I'll give you my take on it if that's what you want. But I don't know. That's just my forewarning. I'm not a I'm not a life coach, and I'm not a psychologist, and I'm not any kind of person to be able to do that. What am I doing here? What is my thing that I'm doing? Let's get off my bike and oh, you know what I want to do? I want to fix my goddamn bike. My bike is broken, and that's a priority. We'll solve the power core mystery later, but what happened? Well, you notice that it just kind of spontaneously just lists to the side for no reason, and I don't understand why, but... I've got to find that guy, that bike merchant, or that person who fixes bikes. I think he's up here. There he is. This is it. Here we go. Oh, what can I do for you, Glider? Customize bikes. Let's, okay, this thing is terrible. Let's put on this thing, and this will make my bike back to its original form. And, nope, we're good. Oh, maybe I could talk to you. Maybe I have some questions for you about the power cut. Nope, I've got no more questions. Okay. Yeah, let's see if that fixed my bike. It does seem a lot better. So this is the original shape, and I think this is it's still the best version of this bike, and it seems to handle a lot better than before. All right, let's go back to the town gates. Okay, I'm gonna read that in a second, Kingman. Just 1 second. Vroom vroom. All right. I was raised secular in a non-Christian country. You'd think I wouldn't have to deal with it as much, but I've really struggled with mortality. The Christian ideas of mortality... Oh, so morality, I'm sorry. You'd think I would have to deal... But I've really struggled... Oh, no, you said mortality, the Christian ideas of morality, and exclusivism, and what I consider moral. Dread used to be really bad, but it's better now. I think it was the result of too many late-night Reddit rabbit holes. That'll do it. Okay. I'm not sure I can pick out a question or inquiry there, but maybe you're not finished yet, so I'll let you explain more. Ah, Glider, you did a brilliant job getting the power back on. Oh! I don't know if you could hear it, but there was a tremendous noise. The whole town was delighted. I couldn't hear it. It wasn't easy. All in a day's work. Your work is appreciated, and you are valued. Now, he leans in. How about a little investigation? Any useful evidence? What can I do for you, sir? Okay. I don't want to make an accusation. I don't know anything yet. Discuss physical evidence. What did you find when you searched the heart? The window was smashed. I tell him that the window to the control room of the heart was smashed open, and that's presumably how the culprit got inside. What did you find when you searched the heart? There was a feather on the floor. I tell them about the feather I saw on the floor of the heart, and suggest that the culprit may have left it behind. I say it might have been an accident, and then I pause a moment with some drama and whisper that it could also be a calling card. Sandev crosses his arms, nodding furiously. What did you find when you searched the heart? I found a note. I tell him that there was a note on the floor, and that it listed the debts owed to the merchants. Was this left there on purpose, I wonder aloud? Or did the foolish culprit drop it by accident? Sandep steeples his fingers with interest. What did you find when you searched there? That's it. That's all. Oh, there was no damage to the socket. I explained that the socket for the core was in perfect condition, flawless even to one such as myself, who was decidedly not an expert. I posit that whoever removed the core knew what they were doing and didn't want to damage it. Sandeep seems to like the sound of this. Okay, I think that's everything I saw. Okay, let's get something else. Yeah, you only visit bits for memes and game news and porn. Fair enough. Those are good. Those are fair enough reasons to visit Reddit. Reddit was everything I kind of wonder with the Twitter explosion, where folks are going to discuss current stuff. Yeah, Reddit does have some interesting mechanics in the way it works. Okay, Kingman says, I don't really have a clear question. This is just some general background. Mostly, how do I stop thinking about these questions 24/7? It's kind of distracting. So questions of morality and exclusivism and mortality. So, I mean, I guess one of the nice things about belonging to a faith, particularly one that has very clear explanations of an afterlife, is that you don't have to worry about what's going to happen to you after you die, and that's certainly, I think, something that every person who was religious and then goes to atheism, that's something that they now have to struggle with, because they're essentially abandoning that comfort that whatever happens after they die, at the very least, their being, their essence, their consciousness, whatever it is about their identity will persist, and you kind of have to let go of that and accept the possibility that there is going to be a finality to your existence, and you're not wrong or unreasonable or irrational to experience some existential dread about that. I certainly did, and I did for a while, and I would say I still do sometimes. Moments when I'm feeling particularly introspective, and it occurs to me that, yeah, I'm going to stop existing one day, and that's kind of annoying. Because I like existing. I like having thoughts. I like sensing the world. I like experiencing the universe. These are things I like doing, and I like that I like doing things, and all that's going to end one day. But I don't know. Another thing that you accept when you sort of abandon spiritual faiths is that you start realizing that everything is temporary, even things that seem permanent. Everything goes away. Stars are things that exist on timescales of billions of years, but we know that they will eventually burn out and explode into gases, and then become other things. And becoming other things might seem comforting to others. I don't really find it particularly comforting, because what I really enjoy is the patterns of things, and that's the thing that gets destroyed when things end. Is the patterns that things occupy, and those are the things that I'm really concerned about. I don't think I'm helping. See, and this is the forewarning that I gave you, that I don't know if talking to me or asking me questions is going to help you, because I don't think I have very comforting answers. I guess I just got kind of used to thinking about it, and that's all I can really say. For what it's worth, it helps me put in a perspective of just trying my best to enjoy the experiences that I'm having right now. It's requires some meditation to kind of like push out all of the other things that I find myself concerning and worrying about, and sort of realizing that it's sort of a waste of my valuable time to worry about those things. Time is really the most valuable commodity that any of us has, because it's the one thing that we can never get more of. And these sorts of things are things you should think about when you decide you're going to take a job. Is it a job that you hate? That means you're selling time to people, and you have to really judge it by that metric if it's really worth it. Are the outcomes of that going to be beneficial? I don't know. It's that might be a perspective that comes from a little place of privilege, depending, because if you're not wealthy enough, if you don't have the resources to be picky about what jobs you pick, then that's of course those sorts of questions are sort of masturbatory. I don't know. It's a hard thing to do. You're kind of at a cognitive dissonance here. You don't want to submit to religion and its morality and become a believer, but you're afraid of being wrong. It doesn't make any logical sense. You shouldn't be afraid. Very often we can't control our beliefs. We can't just decide to believe in something when we don't. It's there was a I'm trying to remember there was it was a thought experiment that it was Pascal's wager. I think you can look that up. Pascal's wager, which is it was sort of his idea of like why you should be religious or why you believe in God, and you could put it in like a grid matrix of saying either you believe in God or you don't believe in God, and the consequences of that, if the God is real and you don't believe in God, then that's a bad thing. If God isn't real and you don't believe in God, then that's kind of neutral. If God is real, then you kind of imagine nothing by imagining what you see behind your eyes. It's not darkness. It's nothing. Yeah, that's it. There's birds. Have I gotten it right? Is it Pascal's wager, the one who sort of says that it's logical to believe in God because of the thank you, Mina20. Yeah, I think that's the one. But the problem with Pascal's wager is that you can logically present that to someone and say logically it's better to believe in God than not believe in God. But the problem with it is you can't control your beliefs. If you're someone who bases their beliefs on experiences and evidence or whatever, then you can't just decide, oh, you're right, I guess I believe in God now. It's just not going to work. Funny thing is, if you accept the concept of annihilationism, non-believers simply cease to exist, then Pascal's wager flips on its head, and you should always be an atheist. Non-believers simply cease... I don't know what... If non-believers simply cease to exist, that sounds like, what, idealism? It sounds like Berkeley's idealism, but no, wait, that's a little bit different. That's things that you aren't directly perceiving don't exist, which is yeah, you've read too much shit. I know that feeling. All right, let's sorry, we got an investigation here. We got to review some suspects. All right, who do you want to discuss? Hamza. Let's go through the case against Hamza. What are his motives? He owed money. He hates atomic technology. Does he? Wait. Why does he hate... I didn't get that impression from them. They sent people to ransack his workshop to frighten him into paying up. He had a security code card. What about the smashed window? Is that important? I'm not sure. Who do you want to discuss? But what happens when I die? What happens when you die? I always like Keanu Reeves' answer to that question. What happens when you die is that the people who love you miss you very much. Merchant area. I don't know much about Merchant area. Irian's very powerful. We'd have a very hard time building a strong case against her. What's her motive? To profit from the panic? Yes, people have definitely been stocking up since it happened. How did she do it? She got someone else to do it. Well, I can't imagine her doing it herself, and she has an alibi. Who do you want to discuss? You wake up from this better than life simulation? Yeah. It was a group. You think it could have been a group effort. What's the motive? To bring down Ecria. Seems unlikely. The power being out is difficult, but a temporary one. Andy doesn't seem very impressed by that. What do you want to discuss? I think that's it. I think we have to talk to more people. I just woke up one day and thought to myself, why do I know the entire metaphysical views of the Eastern Orthodox Church? Why do you know them? This knowledge just spontaneously appeared in your head? These are very concerning questions. I think you should definitely ponder them and find the answers very quickly, because the implications of that are very alarming. That's like, you know, coming back to Keanu Reeves again, Neo strapped into the chair going, I know Kung Fu. Yeah, because I just uploaded that knowledge into your brain. Like, that's kind of wild, isn't it? That's sort of like, is that what happened to you? You just, like, something just uploaded knowledge into your brain? Oh, wow. That's, look at the swirling pools of water glistening in the surface. Okay. Inspiring. I can't tell if he's talking to me or himself. I'll leave him be. Sisu always said artists were an odd sort. Is he an artist? Is that what he is? Interesting. We have to go around and find more suspects? Hello. Are you alright? Oh, it's Hamza again. You said you were asleep. Okay, yeah. I know the answers to all those questions. I don't need to go back to them. You don't know, of course, but... You don't know, but you read too much shit at 3 a.m. Do you read at 3 a.m. to help yourself sleep? Is that your strategy for getting to sleep when you have when you're having difficulty with that? That's what I do. We need to find more people to talk to. Yeah. I'm sure there's more people we can talk to about this power situation. That's Hamza again. That's the artist. That's a chicken. Ooh, feathers were left behind. It was you, chicken! I like your hat. Oh, you know what? We could... Wow. Now that's high art. Amazing. How are you feeling today? Pick the face that most represents your feelings. I definitely gotta go with this guy. That's me. That's me right now. Okay, let's we got new outfits to try on. I think it was hold on. How do I scroll over? That's not it. That's nice. That's nice, but no, that's the it's a biker top. There must be a way to scroll over. I don't see trying to drag it over, but that's not working. Mouse wheel doesn't work. Bouldering trousers. Ecrian trousers. Ecrian guard trousers. Monuments. Surfer shorts. I love it. I'm sure I have more. Oh wait, I could just. There it is. I don't like the shorts. I'm not a big fan of the shorts. The guard trousers are nice. Those are nice. I think I like these are nice. We'll try this out. This could be good. What does one even do with your degrees? If you have an arts and humanities degree, then you just pat yourself on the back and say, I accomplished something. I got a degree in something that interested me. That might be all you can do. Courier will always find work. Area's deliveries might have slowed down again, but all the other business back up and running. We gotta find this area person. I don't think I've talked to area. I meet a chai maker. Hey, it's work. Very well, Glider. Oh, you're busy. Okay, no worries. I like your chimes, though. They're beautiful. There's so many theories out there, and all of them could be true. That's... theories about what? What are we talking about? I'm definitely with the far right. Yellow-orange one. Oh, you're the mask. The far right, the yellow-orange one? Okay. There are too many theories out there, and all of them could be true. That's one of the kind of exciting, but on the other scary. What? Well, nobody knows. One of the things I love seeing on the site, scale of the universe. I remember it was a science video that sort of left an impression on me, and I think the title of it was Deep Future. It was one of the Crash Course, Hank Green science videos, and he was just sort of talking about what the universe would look like in unfathomable amounts of time in the future, when, the universe is old, and what would it be like when the universe gets to its final stages. And that sort of left an impression on me. That was where I started thinking about, yeah, really, everything is temporary. Nothing is going to last forever, not even the universe, not even planets, stars, not even space and time itself. Everything's on a clock, everything's going to run out, and then soon, nothingness will just be, as far as we know anyway. I have some questions about the power cut. Who are we talking to again? Oh, this is Rita. Whatever the reason, it's terrible for business. We've already talked to you, haven't we? Was Garay in your cafe? Oh, right, we got to talk about... Rita shakes his head, which makes the answer a surprise. Oh, yes, he was definitely here. Getting into his usual trouble, showing up drunk, barking an insult at some poor patron. Before I know it, I've got to break up a fist fight. This seals it. Gray's got an alibi. I thank her for the information and apologize for the inconvenience. Oh, it's not a problem. But if you see that old fool around, tell him he owes me for the broken glass. I could ask more questions. What? What's that about broken glass? Huh. What if there are multiple universes? I mean... Yeah... I don't know, what if? Where are you going with that? What does the possible existence of multiple universes do for us? A fourth dimension? There is a fourth dimension. We already know about fourth dimension. Welcome to Kalia's Clothing. How can I help you today? I don't need anything. Oh, tell me about this shop. It's Kalia's Clothing. It's my shop. I'm Kalia, in case you didn't get that. I came to Ep3 during my gliding and saw a little run-down leather shop here. Nobody cared for it, and I couldn't help strike a deal and the old owners to take it off their hands. Now I'm still here, and I trade in the locals. Travelers seem to like what I'm selling. I even started selling traditional Ecrene clothing recently. If you wear it around here, I'm positive the Ecrenes will take you as one of their own. See you next time. Alright. I don't think I have much money, though. Ecrene top. Beetle station top. They're cute. Scrapper bottoms. Scrapper top. So the way I was taught to think of it is that if you think of time as a dimension, then you can think of time as part of a coordinate system that helps us interact with the universe. So you can say, you could say to someone, I will meet you at these coordinates, these physical three-dimensional coordinates, but these are insufficient if you really want to meet someone. You also have to provide the fourth-dimensional coordinate, which is time, so that you can interact with them at the, you know, effectively. So if you look at it from that way, then you can sort of see how time can be considered a fourth dimension, a fourth coordinate system that we use to interact with the universe. Brian Cox discussed space-time. Yeah, I see. Every time I see someone who actually knows what they're talking about talk about multiple dimensions and parallel universes, and like the fact that these things actually might have plausible scientific theories justifying them, my head starts swimming, and I'm just like, cool. But there's like no way I can actually talk about them because it all goes right over my head, which is unfortunate. That's a big beetle. I want to go down here. Is this Ekria's place? I love that engine. That's what I want. Hello, you. I hear the guard murmuring about pomegranates to himself as I approach. When he notices me, he climbs up and stands to attention. Can I help you? I need to speak to Arya. Oh, is that something about pomegranates? Isn't that guy who was in Faulty Towers? You might be thinking of... I know who you're thinking of, but I can't think of his name. God damn it, what's his name? I know who it is. Like, he's the, Monty Python fellow? I don't remember his name. But isn't time as we know it just made up by humans? What? No. No, I don't think so. Time exists independently of humans. Yeah, like, we know this because there are things that happened, causality in order of time, before humans existed, and probably will after humans existed. I don't know what you mean by that, Hornick. Yes, have you tried one? They sell them in Sarai outside of town. We're talking about pomegranates now. They are unbelievable. Magical. Each seed is a burst of watery coolness. He continues to espouse his clear obsession with the fruit, and I notice my own mouth salivating a little. I need to speak to Iria. Iria is a very important person. If I'm going to let a bothersome glider interrupt her day, it had better be worth my while. For 50 cuts. That's a lot of money. Let's find some pomegranates. We gotta find some pomegranates for this. I'm not giving this guy any money. I do not have 50 cuts. I'm going to... hello. Oh, I love my face. Hello, what are you? Are you alive? Are you going to sleep? What is going on here? What is happening? Ooh, it's a snake! It's a snake! Oh! Oh my goodness. I got mugged. I think our life just got saved. I think the snake was going to eat us. And this person's angry because we were careless. We were bothering the dangerous snake. Citra, do you make it a habit of trying to get yourself eaten? What was that? I asked what it was that nearly killed me just now. Well, it's a worm, isn't it? This girl is nosy. And she's bloody strong. This girl is nosy and she's bloody strong. You shouldn't get that close unless you've had the proper training, or else you've got food handy. But you're a glider, aren't you? So I suppose I could forgive a bit of a clumsy worm handling. My name's Citra. I tell her I'm Sable, and it rhymes with table, and she offers a quick compliment to my name, which almost soothes and embarrasses my burning through my ears. After that, she's all business. Now, what's brought you here, glider? Can I help you with anything? I get the sense that Citra were an animal herself. Her fur might have bristled at my question. It triggers a memory, where Jadi told me it can sometimes be a labor in itself to explain how one needs help, and that I ought to try to see where I can be useful before I inquire. But I think I've made enough of an introduction already. Do I need help? Citra gives it a moment's thought. You know what? Yes. Nosy loves Hakoan glowworm as a treat. You could find her some. We'd both appreciate it. I tell her I think I could do that, and decide it better not to ask for further details. I'm sure I can find something. I say goodbye to Citra. Alright. We need to find some pomegranate to get past the guard. Also, where are we? So I know to come. Okay, yeah, this is where Iria is. Okay. I think I know where I can find some pomegranate. But I think we have to buy it, and I hope it's cheaper than 50 cuts. Hello, kids. The huddled children giggle as I approach the way children do. You're never quite sure whether they are entertained, nervous, or mocking. I decide not to let myself feel judged. That is true. That is true about children. And it's like every single time, like, they spontaneously interact with me, I'm wondering, okay, are they curious? Are they interested in something? Or am I being made fun of? I can't tell. Yes, indeed. I'm certain. You're a glider. How do you know? I saw your bike. We can tell by your clothes. I'm psychic. Yes. Kids are smart. And psychic. Do you want to play games with us? Sure. Yes, the game is hide and seek. Of course it is. What other video game would you play with children? Yes, this game is hide and seek. Do you know it? I think I might know it. I can tell them I used to play with a young friend of mine back home. They don't seem particularly interested in the story. I've never felt so old. Good, you're it. We'll go hide and you have to find us. Tell them to wait. Once... I'm a battle now. Thanks for the follow, Kingman. Just a second. I'll reach out in a second. I tell them to wait. Once I, the great worldly wise glider, cunningly track them down. How can I call them out if I don't know the names? Ha! Don't be so sure you'll find us. This is our town, remember. Well, anyway, I'm Pala, I'm Jeff, and I'm Nez. I tell them my own name. Then Pala points at me. Are you ready, Sable? You have to close your eyes. I've got too many eyes to close. I'm sorry. That's a non-starter right there. And count to 100. That's the same number of eyes I have. No peeking and no skipping, and count slowly. That's a very high number. I would never skip. Okay, we're gonna count to 100. I close my eyes and start counting. 1, 2, 3. That might be too fast. 57, 58, 97, 98, 99, 100, and the world ended. Alright. Do we care about this, kids? Let's, they can go hide forever. I really don't care. Maybe they're in this box. Are you in the box? Not in the box. Okay. Kingman, there you are. There's an actor, Brian Cox, and a physicist, Brian Cox. Okay. Brian Cox played some characters in Monty Python. Okay. Brian Cox is not the person I was thinking of who was in Fawlty Towers and Monty Python. And now I'm really bothered by this. I gotta look this up. Monty Python. Who am I thinking of? Who am I thinking of? John Cleese is who I'm thinking of. I don't see Brian Cox as a member of Monty Python, so I'm clearly wrong about that. Let's look up Fawlty Towers. There was a Brian Hall. John Cleese was in Fawlty Towers, so that is who I was thinking of. But I don't see a Brian Cox in Fawlty Towers. Okay. John Cleese, yes. I remember from playing the director in Manhunt. Yes, tall. What I mean by that is, what we define as 1 hour is just because we got taught 1 hour 60 minutes and so on. There is no definite definition of time, is there? Neo, you're that is an interesting point, that, like, the way we demark the passage of time is always going to be made up. And there might be some systems we could use to, like, there like Planck's constant might be something you could use to have like a standard measurement of time that would be useful in all situations. I don't think that's what we do though. Oddly enough, our most of our passages of time were I think it was like Babylonian, because they used like a base 6 or base 12 system, which is why we have 60 minutes to the hour and 60 seconds to the minute. It's bizarre and weird. Yeah. But I mean, that's going to be true of all things. Like when we say that something is a social construct, that doesn't mean it's not measuring something that's real. It's just that the way we come to understand it is real. Like I might get in an argument with someone and say a car is a social construct, and they'll say, well, no, it isn't. It's a real thing. I can point to it, I can touch it, I can hit it with my hand. It's clearly a real thing and not socially constructed. And I would say, but the thing that we identify as a car is socially constructed. Like if there was if someone didn't know what a car was, they would not see a car. They would see a hunk of metal with some glass and rubber. So the concept of a car is socially constructed, and that's sort of the way it is with time as well. Time has a real thing, but our understanding of time is socially constructed. We gotta find some kids. I wonder where those kids are. Okay, not on my compass. That would make things easy. Hello, person. Why are you walking into that wall? I wonder if, I wonder where kids would hide. Hey, will you answer me this question? What do broader philosophical circles generally reject moral relativism? The difficulty with moral relativism is that a cohesive society needs to have some sort of standard of morality to sort of judge itself by, and so it makes little sense to be able to say, I didn't do something wrong, I did something right according to my own moral perspective. And, like, that makes it difficult for us to function socially together if we don't have some sort of cohesive set of morality. So, together we've come together and made certain collective agreements, and, yeah, that's not morally relativistic. And it's also not morally objective either, because it's not suggesting there are moral facts in the universe, but it is saying that socially we can come together and make certain decisions about certain agreements about what we consider to be moral. It was just admitting we kind of made it all up. Doesn't mean that it's wrong. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. I mean, we get to decide whether it's wrong. I saw you get that flower over there. It's amazing. You're such a good hoverer. I can't wait for my gliding. I want to hover too. I look down at the child before me as they bob with excitement and tell them that their gliding will be on them sooner than they know, and that they'll be able to pick as many oasis flowers as they like. That's in forever. I need a flower now. Could you maybe give it to me, please? What? A flower? Please, please, please? Fine. It's not like I need it for anything. And the flower over in the school. Delight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They dig around their pocket, and the moment they pull something out. I expect it to be a little bug or some dirt, or possibly an old toy, but instead they produce an entertainer's badge. Nice! Here, you're really nice. You can have this. I ask if they would prefer to hang on to it. There's plenty of use for such things later. I get a shake of the head. I think this one's for you. I'll get my own one day. I tell them I'm sure they will, and leave with a wave. See you later, Glider. Thank you, kid. That was a good deal. Alright. I'm going to assume that those kids are not hiding in the muck-muck. And we won't look in there. FMG Rock? How goes the mask wearing? Yeah, do you want to see the mask I'm wearing? Are you ready for this? It's going to terrify you, because it is kind of terrifying. Isn't that amazing? I wish I could zoom in. Hold on. Maybe I can if I stand by the wall. Too close to the wall. Hold on. That is amazing. Do you have a philosopher that you were inspired by? There are several philosophers that I have definitely sort of guided my own understanding of things. I think Michel Foucault's understandings of sort of the concepts of power and power dynamics was very interesting. There's been a lot of different people who have talked about consequentialism that I thought was very interesting. So John Stuart Mill, and I'm trying to think of Mills was one of them. Yeah. It's an interesting question. I don't necessarily. It's a question I've had before. Like, who's your favorite philosopher? You know, it's always going to come up. And I don't really have a favorite. There's just like philosophers that I think has said interesting things. But I don't know. Those are some good ones. Nietzsche's wild and crazy, and I like his philosophy. It's got some interesting. I liked his ideas of understanding your identity and sort of coming up with your own purpose in life was sort of Nietzsche's whole thing. People always understood him to be into nihilism, and he was actually not into that. He was just trying to say that purpose and identity doesn't come externally. It's something that people are able to fashion for themselves. You might like that. He might help you with some of that existential dread. Nietzsche was really all about that. Of just sort of like, yeah, if you're really trying to find satisfying answers about the kind of person you are and your place in the universe, you should look within instead of looking without. You should look within yourself instead of religion. You should look within yourself instead of the state or the government or a politician, or like, you're going to have all those answers to your questions about who you are and who you want to be. And interestingly enough, that's what this game is all about, trying to answer those questions. Sort of putting yourself into the world to find out what resonates with your internal understanding of yourself. And that's how you come to understand yourself, by sort of contrasting your own relationship with the external world. But your understanding of yourself doesn't come from the external world; it comes from inside of you. But in how it relates to the external world, if that makes any sense. Even just admitting we kind of made it all up doesn't mean that it's wrong. Yeah, you said that. And that's your philosopher question. I don't know. Does that help? She's the atomic. There's Birds, who was in my chat just a little while ago, actually knows a lot more about Nietzsche than I do, so if you have any Nietzsche questions, ask them. Sharvarana introduces herself. She's the atomic priest in Ecria. The atomic priest leads forward in a way that must be a thing. And they're right, because here I am. Glider, we have a task for you if you're able. And interested, of course. Glider tends to be interested in tasks. I've never known quite how to feel about the atomic priesthood. I've never heard of the atomic priesthood before. As a child... Oh, okay, we're gonna get some background on them. Hey, dude from the 80s. Thanks for hanging out. We'll chat later, I'm sure. As a child, I've been both fearful and fascinated, watching them go about their mysterious business and making up all kinds of things about them in my head. Today I understand that they are an order like any other. only more severe, more insular, and dedicated to collective caution in a way that increasingly feels more like paranoia than reason. Still, I do mostly like a task. Are you familiar with Lore the Fabulist? I tell the priest I've never heard of Lore the Fabulist. Then this is the perfect task for you, because you will know Lore the Fabulist at its end. Sounds reasonable. Ask what the task is. We need you to find Lore, and when you do, convey that we would like to invite her back to Ep3. We miss her quite a lot, in fact. It may be the most emotion I've ever heard from a member of the priesthood, and it seems quite legitimate. I wonder what sort of relationship Lore has with them. Tell me more about Lore. I asked him to tell me more about Lore. She has been among the strongest voices, turning warning into whimsy and safety into song. She speaks the language of the common to convey the words of the wise. Where do you think Lore is? If you aren't sure where to start, it may be wise to speak with innkeepers at the beetle stations. Lore carries our messages all across the world. I thank them for their advice and waved goodbye. Farewell, Glider. Okay. Alright. Well, we're gonna find Lore and, convince them to come back. Where are those damn kids? I hate hide and seek. Hide and seek is the worst game ever. And those kids are terrible for forcing me to play their dumb game. Because it just makes me feel stupid that I can't find them. I'm being outsmarted by these kids, these children. You've seen some stuff from Zuzek. Zuzek is wild. I never know what quite to make of Zuzek, and I never know whether to decide if I like him or not. Sometimes he says really interesting things, and there are a couple things he said that I thought were especially interesting. So there was actually something I was thinking about, something that, because okay, I'm trying to remember specifics about it. He was talking about argumentation, and there's a notion that when you are making an argument or refuting an argument. Hold on, let me take a moment to organize my thoughts here. It starts with there's two ways to disprove an argument or to counteract an argument. One is to show why the argument is invalid. I've lost it. No, I've lost it. It's, is this one of those kids? Are you one of the kids? Yes, you're one of the kids. Okay. I'm frustrated because if I take a moment to think about it, I think it'll come back to me. Two ways to dismantle an argument. One is to attack the premises that lead to the conclusion. So if someone is saying that I know this is true because A, B, and C, and you can say, but A and B are false, so therefore your argument is false. That's one way to contradict an argument. The other way to counter an argument is to show that the argument is invalid, that it's not logical, that it fails on some logical grounds. So, that their argument is incoherent. It doesn't really matter if the premises are true, that their argument is just illogical. The premises don't actually lead to showing that the argument is that the conclusion is true. Those are the two ways to counter the argument. And the way most people tend to argue, or if you detect that there are faulty premises, if you detect that someone has said something untrue about why they think their argument is true, that's usually where people will go first, because that sticks out to you. Whenever someone says something you happen to know, or that you already know is false, that's what you want to go to. And Zizek was saying, even if that's the case, if you are arguing on the grounds of premises on an argument that is already logically invalid, then you have lost the argument already, because you have conceded that their argument could be logically valid in other circumstances. And so this applies to things like someone might argue that someone might argue in favor of bigotry or racism, and say, it is correct to be it is correct to judge this minority group falsely, or negatively, because of these facts. And you might say, oh, those facts are incorrect, that is why your argument is false. You have already conceded the ground that there are possible reasons to be racist toward a group of people. That's where you really should have gone, because it's like there are no logically valid reasons to be racist, or racism is itself illogical or invalid. So that was something that I thought Zizek pointed out that I thought was very interesting. Oh, we found a chum. No. He wasn't saying don't argue at all. He was saying, if you're going to engage in an argument, if the argument is invalid, then that's where you should start. If the argument has faulty premises, ignore the faulty premises. Only focus on whether the argument is valid or not. He's sort of giving a priority decision tree. If there's that one method of disputing an argument is far superior, is better to do once that the invalidating an argument is the preferable way to dispute an argument, rather than argue it's on its premises. If the argument is valid, but then you can go after the premises. But if the argument is invalid, then you shouldn't go after the premises, even if you happen to know the premises are false. I don't mind getting stuck on semantics. I think making semantic arguments are totally valid. I mean, if someone is arguing falsely about the meaning of something, and then by all means make semantic arguments. There's nothing wrong with semantic arguments. Making semantic arguments is only really a problem if the meaning of if you're trying to catch them on the usage of terms that don't have the meanings that they think they do, then you're really just arguing uncharitably. You should say, I hear what you're saying, I know the argument, you use these terms incorrectly, but I understand the argument that you're making. If you don't do that, then you're making bad semantic arguments. But yeah, if someone is using words incorrectly and using those incorrect words to justify, then I don't know, that could be worthwhile to point out. But yes, more or less, Hornek, because racism is just not okay. There's other reasons to say that racism is you can justify anti-racism by your simple axioms of how we should be relating to other people, and so you don't have to engage with the particular points that they bring up to try and show that racism is okay. It's you're wrong fundamentally, and it doesn't matter the truth or false of these reasons that you provided. Bless Rohana, the power came back online just in time. I had 2 early-stage babies and wombs that could have really run out in days. Oh, what? I don't know what you mean. We're still looking for kids. There's a person running a market. Man, I've been running around this place for ages. You guys are very good at distracting me from actually playing this game, and I love you for it. Thank you so much. I have a sense of where I want to go. But what if the person keeps going? I have to address the points stated, doesn't he? if you don't address the fact that their argument is invalid and you go after their points, then they can just keep coming back with different points or different reasons to just, and you can just get, you'll just wind up getting stuck in this argumentative loop, and never get anywhere. Also, you should also probably accept that you're not going to convince them out of their argument anyway, and like maybe that might be a reason not to bother trying to argue with them. This is the guy I'm looking for, because I think you might have pomegranates to sell. And I want to trade with you. A fallow pomegranate. Yep, 410. I will take that. Do I want one? No, I just want, yeah. Melancholy mushroom? Maybe I should just buy one of each. A narrow stalk fig? No, I'm not going to buy anything unless I feel like it. Alright, well, we accomplished one task. Yay. Zek also reminds you of your grandfather, so that might be part of why you enjoy watching him. He's fine, don't worry. I'm glad to hear your grandfather's fine. And Zuzek sounds like he would be a cool grandfather, so your grandfather sounds cool. So I should just say to people, you're wrong and go away. If it's about racism, maybe. I don't know. I mean, like, who are these hypothetical people that you're arguing with, and what are your aims and goals for arguing with them? Like, it might be worthwhile for a one public figure to argue against racism with another public figure who is in favor of racism, because what you're really doing is you're speaking to their audience. You're trying to, you're probably not going to convince the public figure, but you might move over their audiences. But also, if you're bad at arguing, if you're bad at, you know, rhetoric, you might also not do that. Like, you might lose audience to their side. So, like, it's unfortunate that because we are social creatures, arguing can be a social game, and if you're not good at the game, then it almost doesn't matter the truth of it. And so, yeah, if you're not good at the game, then it might be better to not engage in an argument. I mean, you might wind up sort of hurting your cause if you do. But if you're in a private space and the person you're arguing with you don't care about, then like, what difference does it make? It's why should you engage in an argument? Like, what are you going to accomplish? Because you're probably not going to persuade them. If there's someone that you care about, if they're a family member, and if you have a rapport with them, chances are people are only going to be persuaded to change their opinions of things by people they respect. So if you argue with someone who doesn't know you and doesn't respect you, you're unlikely to change their mind. But if someone looks up to you, if you're talking to someone who you know you have their ear and they value your opinions, then arguing with them might actually be really useful, because you know that there's someone who is more likely to listen to you and the things you have to say. They might be more inclined to listen to you than somebody else, some random person that they have no idea that they should trust what they have to say. Isn't the goal of argument to convince the other person of your opinion? Yes, that is the goal of the argument, but you can be good at arguing or bad at arguing, and that's going to affect the outcome. You read my... did I read you earlier? Maybe I missed your earlier comment, Kingman. Do you want to restate it? Sorry about that. Like, what are the aims and goals? Because changing one person's mind usually can happen when people are emotionally connected. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. Trying to shame someone into righteousness isn't usually effective. I agree with that. In changing real... Yeah. If you try to shame someone into changing their mind, their reaction will almost always be to dig their heels in and like disagree with you out of spite. They won't even realize that they're doing it. It's something like you probably do. We all do that. Like we're all prideful creatures. We will always. A lot of times, like, there have been times when I have been in an argument with someone and I've vehemently defended a position that later on I would think about and go, actually, I was probably wrong about that. But I would never have admitted that in the moment. Like, it's, yeah, I don't know. You like what Zizek says about wisdom. That you can... Yeah, I did actually see you say that. I'm sorry. That you could find a way to sell practically everything and make it sound profound. You can find a way to sell practically everything and make it sound profound. It's kind of cynical. I'll have to think about that. I thought this was a really good hiding spot. You're smart for a grown-up. Thanks, kid. I take the compliment. You found the others first? Yes, that means I win. Did I find the others? You're the last one? The real victory is the fun you have with your friends. I found you all. Doesn't that mean I win? It took me ages. How did you hide so well? Yeah, I'll throw them a bone. I've been practicing a long time. My mother asked me to do chores, and I hid from her all afternoon. I'm hiding right now. Anyway, you're pretty fun for a grown-up, so you can have this badge. You need 3 of these to wear the entertainer's mask. I want the entertainer's mask. I thanked him for the time and the badge to say goodbye. Never had a problem saying I was wrong. I mean, hypothetically, since it's never actually happened yet. I believe you, FMG Rock. I'm sure that the situation just has never happened yet. And when it does, I trust that you will be able to do the right thing. As I leave, I feel a small pang in my heart. I miss Sama. Sama's the one that we... Yeah, Sama's alright. Sama's the horrible child, or at least we thought they were horrible, but then they turned out to be alright, and the rest of the clan. Yes, Sama, the one who abandoned you with the rest of your family. Yeah, we miss Sama. Those assholes. I wonder what she'd think of me taking up the entertainer's mask. Let's go find the, let's go find that guard who has the, pomegranate fetish, and we'll, give him our pomegranate. Can I help you? Need to speak to Iria. You said, no, Iria's a very important person if I'm going to make it worthwhile. Offer a pomegranate. The guard seems delighted by my offer. Oh, Roy, this is beautiful. He snatches the pomegranate greedily from my hands and indicates that I can pass now. Yeah, should have taken the 50 cuts, buddy. Well, actually, I wasn't offering it. Could have had 5 pomegranates. I can do math. Iria! Coming to get you and accuse you of a crime. I love your art. Okay. Behold my scary face. Wait, is that like a drug-fueled haze above your head and all around? Are we in like a hookah den? Is that where we're at? This is, alright, well, respect, I guess. If Iria is surprised, happy, or displeased to see me, it's hard to tell, because everyone wears a mask! The guard by her side tenses up as I approach, but Iria signals to them and they relax. My presence is permitted. For now. So you got past Giannis. Was it pomegranate, or just good old-fashioned cuts? Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Well, you're here now. Yes? I have some questions about the power cut. How do I get myself merchant's badges? Yeah, that's what I really want. Iria seems completely disinterested in my question. I'm not sure if I go ask when she lets out a big sigh. How do you think? What do merchants do? Don't answer that. You can buy them from me. Yes? Alright. I'd like to buy a merchant's badge. Very well. 100? 100? I can't afford that. Anything else? You have 5 minutes, and then I want you gone. Any idea why someone might have taken the core? There is a deeply irritated sigh at the beginning of her speech, and it comes like a hiss of a viper. 2 reasons I can imagine. 1, because they've something to gain from bringing the town to its knees. Now a sharp, annoyed inhale. 2, because power cores fetch a substantial price in illegal markets. Could be one of those. Could be both. Don't know. I could ask more questions. Where were you when the power went out? I can feel her eyes narrow on me, and imagine the drag of her tongue along her upper teeth. She dislikes me very much. I will ignore the implications of that question, friend. But I was here in the market. Ask around if you'd like. Any of the guards will vouch for me. I would ask more questions. Who do you think did it? It'll be some lowlife from the Sarai. Probably that climber fellow, Garay. They say he's, you know, one to speak to when a job needs doing. Though he's not exactly what I'd call discreet. Fellow like that, he won't be the brains behind it. But if I were a scummy little nobody, he's the person I'd hire to get the work done. I'm told you could find him under the bridge outside the town gate. I add Gray to my list of suspects. But we already cleared him. He's not it. I could ask more questions. My grandmother used to say, "You've got a mouth that closes and 2 ears that don't." Thus is wisdom gained. Nice. King Man, I have heard of the Talos Principle, but I've never played it. It didn't look that interesting to me. It looked like very kind of, I don't know. I played a demo once, and the puzzles in it were really uninteresting to me. I don't know. I got one more question. Who do you think did? Oh yeah, we already asked that. Yeah. Yes. Good. I guess. Okay. I want to go back. Okay. When we were getting conflict with people, then we get pushed into fight or flight, which really isn't helpful because we then get focused on winning, defending ourselves instead of having to... Yeah, I agree with that, Mina. That's the thing I try to get better at. I often won't agree with people and won't admit I was wrong, and it's often because I don't even think of an option at the time. And in retrospect, I think to myself, I could have just admitted I was wrong. Being introspective and retrospective is, I think, a very, also a good way, good path to wisdom. Mina says, sometimes having some time and space to think and reflect is helpful, rather than having to make it at the moment. And I hear that too, and realizing that option after the moment. The gameplay is a bit repetitive, but the lore and messages are amazing. Okay, that sells it for me a little bit. I might take a look at the Talos Principle. It's an older game. I bet it's super cheap. Hornick says, yeah, but most of the time you don't really have the time to think when and have time to come up with something on the spot. Yeah, that's why we. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why we dig in our heels at the time, like that. Just, I guess, reflex. Sounds good. But she's dead. so Fat Lotta good at dinner. Everyone dies. That's. I mean, I don't mean to be grim about it, but. All right, let's get back here. Let's do our thing. I don't know how comfortable I am with making an accusation right now. I dislike Iria intently, but we could talk to the Sarai merchants and make sure that they are fine. Like, make sure we can rule them out. What was that? There was some kind of flower that we wanted for the, That's what Laura reported. Okay, yeah, we had to go to different places. Interesting. Nosey's Nibbles. Glowworms, that's right. Ask around at Seven Sisters Station to find out how to catch glowworms. Alright, we can do that. I'm anxious to get out of this city. This city is wearing on me. I'm kind of tired of being here. I will talk to that Sarai merchant, and then we'll move on. We'll figure out the we'll deduce the culprit. Oh, hey kids, how you doing? I didn't think it's so boring. We should play something else. You can join our gang if you like. All right, but I'm the leader. I played Fallout New Vegas, yes. Are you about to talk to me about Hegel's dialectics as they come up when you speak to Kaiser from Kaiser's Legion? Because if so, I've like seen numerous YouTube videos explaining it. Who am I going to talk to? There's a guy over here. This guy, yes. All you need in life is speech 100. True! 100% speech. What's going on? I guess I can't talk to you. Thought the tea prices would come back down now, but merchants still haven't lowered the price. This is a disaster. Also, that's how I learned about Hegel. Yeah. Yeah, Hegel was the thesis, antithesis, and synthesis guy. That was his dialectics, which is weird, and I don't know if I fully understand it enough to speak competently about it, so I shall not. Need something fast, reliable, both, neither. We've got all sorts of... Oh, yeah. Town is back up and running. People seem much happier. Yeah, not the people who buy stuff from merchants, though. Should we move on? Let's get out of here. I don't like this place. This place is I feel like I've wait, what's that? My oh, there's my quest marker is still set to that guy, isn't it? Yeah. Gone fishing. We could do some fishing, I suppose. It's more interesting than running around chasing kids. I should look for more Saren's terminals, Nosies, Nibbles. We could go to Seven Sisters Station. Yeah, we'll see if that is a place. Alright, yeah, let's Alright. Adios, Ekria. We're out of here. I'm going to save my comments about the Talos Principle. Also a ton of Easter eggs and pop culture references. Also, which faction? Kaiser's Legion. When you get to when you finally get to meet Kaiser himself, he starts talking to you about Hegel's dialectics. Now, last time I found a series of these rings, something weird happened when I flew through all of them. In the right order. There we go. Oh, which faction did I choose? I've never actually finished the game, if I'm being completely honest. And I don't think I liked any of the choices. I suppose the one that I would have gone with would have been... what was the name of the faction that the Legion was up against? The NCR. I think I probably would have gone with them. I certainly didn't care for Mr. House or the S-Man. Although Mr. House was a compelling character, I did like him. As a character, I thought he was interesting. We got a Hikaric ring. Excellent. Yes, man, plus followers of the Apocalypse Anarchist. Yeah, nice. Was Yes Man an anarchist? I'll have to look more into that. It's interesting. Why did Rene Auberjonois did an amazing job in the. Who did Rene Auberjonois do in New Vegas? The real question is, which side did you choose in Skyrim Civil War? You know what? I did. Skyrim was a game I finished, but I never finished the Skyrim Civil War. I refused to pick a side. I said no, and so that is like one primary quest I never picked. Because I hated both of them. I hated the Empire, and I hated the Stormcloaks. And I was like, screw you all. I even when I, the part where, you finish the Dragon Quest, and, there's a bit where, I guess, the Blades faction forces you to, either choose to kill the good dragon, or you abandon the Blades. And I downloaded a mod that let me not do either. So I was like, no, I'm the leader of the Blades, and I'm not killing the dragon. You guys can go get fucked. Oh, I can totally hear it now. Yes, absolutely. Rene Auberjonois was Mr. House. Yes Man is a simp, basically. He did anything the player asked him to. Fuck the Blades. Yeah, the Blades are cool up until the very last second, and then suddenly they were very much not cool. This place is cool, though. I love this place. How did I just stumble on here? I just woke up from a blackout, and I was here. I don't remember coming here at all. What is going on? Is this like a hangar for all of these different ships? Oh, I love this place. This game is really beautiful. I love this game a lot. Oh no, call the internet police. Did I say a bad word? I don't even remember. What bad word did I say? What bad word did I say? I don't... Oh, simp? Simp is a bad word? Did I even say simp? I did... How is it a bad word? And when did I say it? I might have been temporarily possessed, because apparently some things have happened without my memory. Including, like, arriving here. Simp is banned on Twitch? Oh no. I mean, I suppose I could just unpublish the VOD, and if it's that serious. It'd be really dumb if it was serious. It wouldn't be the only dumb word that Twitch has banned. I know there's a certain dry snack that begins with the letter C that is banned on Twitch. You can climb this. Can you not climb this? Oh wow, you can't climb this. Also, King Man, did you call me a doofus? What? I just realized you just called me a doofus. Cool, thank you. I'll take it, but I was suddenly surprised by it. Alright. Having trouble climbing these things. Oh, wow. This place is... Oh, those things move. Interesting. There's a ladder that goes up. The thing is, I don't actually think I said it until you guys started saying that I did. So it's your fault. As in the type of people that usually have... No, it's all good, man. I did take it as an insult. It's all good. I just was like suddenly aware that it had happened, and I thought it was funny. Is this stream lagging? Oh, it doesn't look good, does it? Bitrate seems fine. Hold on, let me check some things. Not dropping any frames, but yeah, my kilobytes per second is being throttled down to like 1500 when it's usually up in around 6K. So it's yeah, something is definitely going on. Don't know what that's about. Sorry about that. I don't know. I don't even know how to fix it. It's just a bad internet thing. We have a sarin terminal here. Oh, what is this thing? Oh, there's a force field. There's an outfit in there that I really want. Also, things are... I can see that... Let me refresh this. Okay, sorry. Let's talk to... I encounter a strange luminous figure. It greets me before I even have a chance to be frightened. New user found. Hello, please enter your new username. Find myself whispering my own name. It suddenly feels odd in my mouth, like this is the first time I said it aloud. Welcome, Sable. I've set up a new account for you. I asked mysterious figure about themselves. I'm the ship-simulated anthropomorphic registry information nexus, but you can call me Saren. I know this before already. I've encountered one of you before. What are they doing here? I'm not entirely sure, Sable. Most of the data modules appear to be corrupted. I'm attempting to access the ship. Saren goes still for a moment. Transferring ship's log to your inbox. No unread messages. I know all this before. 46, 8 hours, give or take. Good, let's keep an eye on those energy signals, Saren. Yeah, I've seen this before. Weird. Because I encountered Saren in a different ship. And we're talking to her as though this was like our first meeting, when it wasn't. This isn't. But I want to get into these rooms. Oh, look at that. There's a cool bike in there. There's a cool outfit and a cool bike. Alright, well, where are we even? Oh, we're in that big thing. This is the whale? Interesting. I used to stream on YouTube. I used to dual stream on YouTube and Twitch, and I got very little activity or engagement on YouTube. I'm not sure how to break. I've heard people say that like YouTube is like a good place to start streaming to, but I have no idea how to get started. Like, I don't know, get attention on YouTube. I wonder if there's some platforming I can do. There definitely looks like there's higher up places I can go to. Oh, I bet you I can climb onto those things. Let's take a look down here before I start doing any crazy acrobatics. Yeah, and you know, randomness in cat videos have their place in our world, but and I know, like, there are some streamers that I watch on YouTube, but, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I'm just saying I gave it a try, and it didn't do anything for me. No, what? No! What? Why'd you fall off? Yeah, it's either cat videos or randomness. One or the other. Nothing in between. Yeah, like, YouTube has never recommended a stream to me unless it was someone I was already subscribed to. Okay, maybe I'm not allowed to climb on top. No, wait. I'm on top. Interesting. Huh. I want to hop over to that guy over there, but I don't know. Timing's all off. That one doesn't move, so I can hop to that one easily enough. Okay. Got it. Easy. Oh! In a lesser game, I would have gotten knocked off by that. Not this game, though. Sable don't give a fuck. Where are we going? Where are we going? Let's, oh, maybe we go over there. Oh, I almost got knocked off a little bit. Yeah, it's that thing I want to get onto. Come back, come back! Oh, here we go. Nice. Alright, where to now? Did that do anything? Oh, that brought that thing down. Nice. Oh, it started that thing. Okay. I want to look over here first. Money. And a lot of this scrap. That's gonna. We should go back to Burning Oak Station and turn that in. Little garden here. Like it. Some of these plants, though, are moving in weird gyrations. It's very arousing. Chum! Okay, have I missed any chests? Hornek? If I've missed something, it's up to you to let me know. And I have absolute faith that you will point out every single mistake that I make. Oh, wait. There's a big ladder over there. Could have used that. Well, alright then. Keep going up. What are we going to find up here? New outfit, bike part, a weird flower, a chum. Anything's possible. Oh, we can find a merchant, afford a merchant's badge from that awful lady. The door we can't open. Atomic core die. You like her doing her toe touching exercises? Okay, so I'm seeing something on the ground that's interesting. So there's a red cable. Oh, there's a button there, a power button. Maybe we should jump down and land on that power button next and see what that's about. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Cable's green. Ooh, that did not last long. So what is that power, though? What does that lead to? Is this a door? Is this a big door? Is that what this is? Okay, so what I'll try to do... I'm never going to be able to run this distance, but maybe we can get on our bike and get to the end of the cable in time if we hit the button, then jump on our bike and ride down that way. There's a chum over there. Let's get the bike first. Don't get distracted. Find a thing to do. Turn all the way around. Ah! Okay, that's gonna slow us down. Oh, the door's open! Oh, no! And it closes shut. Okay, we gotta go faster. I looked at today's Epic. What was it? I did look, and I wasn't sure. Oh, I did get it. Yeah, it was, something called Encased. It didn't look good, but I got it anyway. Although it did look a little like XCOM, so I think that's why I got it. I thought, this might be like XCOM. I like XCOM. Maybe it's good. But it didn't look good. Oh, are we gonna make it? We gonna make it? We gonna make it? Oh, yeah! I think it chopped off our end, but We made it, baby. Well, it's free. No reason not to. True enough. There are lots of times when I passed on games from Epic Games just because they just... I knew I was never going to play those, and I was just like, eh. I opted to not bother with the clutter. How do we get up to that gantry? Here we go. You think it's going to stay up permanently now? No, it's still closing, isn't it? Okay, and the other chum was up there. I wonder if I can get up there. I'm sure there's a way. Look at that moon. Look at that moon. Yeah, this game's beautiful. Ah. Now, where is that chum? There it is. I don't know if I can get it from here, though. Still don't think I'm high enough. Okay, let's climb that ladder. And that should get me high enough, maybe? You know you could get that chum from here? It's a bit of a distance. Yes, indeed. It is a good reminder. Thank you, Hornek. Did not think this was a pot. Alright, so there's the chum. Is there a higher place I can get to? I don't think so. I think this is... Well, there is a platform directly above me. I don't think I can get to it. Oh, there's a chum right here. interesting. Yeah, let's get a running start. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to make this. Ooh, I might. I might. Ooh, I might. It'll be tight. It'll be tight. It'll be a climb. There we go. Anything else over here? A lot of chums have come to nest in this place. I hope I'm doing the right thing by replanting them. Huh, alright. Hey, Hornek. Thanks for hanging out. If you do come back around, I will be playing XCOM probably in about an hour from now. I'm probably gonna take a break from this game pretty soon, and then I'll start up XCOM in a little bit. But if I don't see you, yeah, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and good holidays, and I hope you drink lots of alcohol and have a real good time. Okay, anything down here? I think we're about done with this place. Until we can get Saren to open up those doors, which I don't know how to do. As yet, for now. think my, I summoned my hover bike, and I think it's a little bit confused. It doesn't know how to get to me. It's moving around, though. It'll find me. I'm not worried. There you are. This place is pretty vast. Okay, we gotta... There's a chum in there that we have to figure out how to get to. Oh, we're here. Interesting. Okay. So the chum that we saw was underneath us, where we are now? I wonder if we can get our bike up here. Should be able to. I want to turn around. Let's see if we can find another way in. This looks like it could be a way in. Also, what's all this stuff? Is this anything interesting? Doesn't look like it. No, not interesting. The whale? But we already do that. And oh, I think no, it's not actually, it's not as interesting as I wanted it to be. Okay, so how do I get into there? That's my question. Also, is that are these like wisps that I can capture? I think I was able to capture something like it before, but it was not. They were more blue than those are. white things. I don't know. Oh, it's not where I want to be. Okay, maybe this is something best left for another time. So I think what I'll do is I will take a break now. We'll, I'll go and get some dinner, because I'm hungry. And then, we'll come back and play some XCOM. And then we'll see if we can actually recover that Outsider shard. I suddenly found a place that I wanted to explore. So this is where things will end off. Figure out what this little section is. Ah! Okay. I think I ran out of stamina. I think that's what happened there. Oh, this thing wears down your stamina fast. Alright, we made it. We're tough. We can do things. Anything else other than the money? Nope, that's it. Okay. Then this will be where we stop. Alright. Cool beans. Alright. Thanks for everyone for hanging out, as usual. And we'll end this here, and we'll come back in an hour and play some XCOM. Great. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. We'll see you then.